Okay, let's go for the 19th problem now. A cylindrical vessel, 120 centimeter in diameter, is partially filled with oil. Sphere of sphere of 120 centimeter in diameter is gently dropped in the vessel. By how much will the height of the oil level rise in the cylinder? So हाइट जो राइज हो रहा है, क्यों राइज हो रहा है? स्फीयर अंदर डाला, तो स्फीयर जब अंदर गया तो उतना जगह उसने खा लिया। जगह, जो अंदर का जगह खाया विच मीन्स वॉल्यूम। तो यहाँ पर स्फीयर का वॉल्यूम पहले फाइंड कर लेते हैं। सो वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फीयर जितना भी है, कितना कितना रहेगा? इट विल बी 4/3 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय पाई multiplied by r cube. If diameter is 120, then the radius will be 60. Okay. So here, as I'm seeing, this is in centimeter, this is in centimeter. All the options are in centimeter. So I don't have to convert this time. I'll simply solve in centimeter because everything is in centimeter only. So 4/3 pi r cube it is. So I'll just simply write this as 4/3 multiplied by pi multiplied by r 60 cube. For now, I'm just writing this much only. ज्यादा कुछ नहीं लिख रहा हूँ because I'll tell you why. Okay. Now, secondly, because again, I'll simply tell you ये क्या है, मेरा initial calculation है. This is not my final calculation. So final calculation के टाइम पे मैं उसको ज्यादा खोल के I'll play with it. But right now, let it be this much only. Now, what am I supposed to find? I'm supposed to find how much of height is increased. So ये height कब increase हुआ? ये इसके अंदर initially, this was a cylinder. Initially, it had this much amount of oil. Now, when we drop the sphere, the oil has rised. Let me say the height increased is h. ये हाइट क्यों इंक्रीज हुआ? क्योंकि स्फीयर डाला। तो स्फीयर डालते वक्त जो ऊपर हाइट बढ़ा, दैट इज बेसिकली बिकॉज ऑफ द वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फीयर. सो दिस मच अमाउंट ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा वॉल्यूम विच हैज रिजन is basically because of the volume of sphere. So in short, here the volume of sphere you have to use to find h. So इधर इस सेक्शन का वॉल्यूम कैसे फाइंड करेंगे? इट इज एरिया ऑफ बेस विच इज नथिंग बट पाई आर स्क्वायर इन दिस केस multiplied by height is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. Now the radius of the vessel is also, okay, diameter of vessel is also 120. So which means this radius is also 60. So I'll cancel pi. I'll cancel this radius with, there are three 60s, out of which two 60s I'll cancel. I'm left with 160. And the height is therefore 4 multiplied by 60 divided by 3. So when I'll cancel this, I'll get 20 over here, and hence the height goes to be 80. 80 centimeter is my answer.
Sir, how did we deduce that the volume of the cylinder is equal to the volume of the this thing, the sphere? Yeah.
So first of all, you should understand the volume of the total cylinder is not equal to volume of sphere. The volume of the portion of the cylinder जहां पर height rise हुआ, that is only equal to the volume of sphere. Okay?
Okay, okay.
हाँ. Yes, Naitik, what's your query?
Sir, so when we put this sphere into the oil, the ch- uh, h height which the cylinder has, that much volume is occupied by the sphere, and the rest was the previous volume only, right?
हाँ, correct.
तो जो h वाला h हाइट का वॉल्यूम है, वो उतना वॉल्यूम स्फीयर के
स्फीयर ने
वॉल्यूम के
ऑक्यूपाई
इक्वल है।
किया है, करेक्ट करेक्ट। क्योंकि स्फीयर
ओके
डालने
सर,
की वजह से वो एक्स्ट्रा
अंडरस्टूड।
राइज हुआ। दैट मीन्स जो स्फीयर का वॉल्यूम है
यस,
उतना ही राइज हुआ
यस, समझ।
है। ओके, proceeding further with the 20th problem. Find the cost of painting of a cuboidal tank with length, breadth, and height of 42, 30, and 15 meter, respectively, at the rate of 120 per square meter. You have to paint. अब पेंटिंग तो अंदर, मतलब पेंटिंग हमेशा दीवार पे होता है, विच मीन सरफेस पे होता है। सरफेस का एरिया पेंट करते हैं, अंदर वॉल्यूम पे पेंटिंग नहीं होता। ओके। तो पेंटिंग हमेशा दीवार पे है, तो इन दिस केस यू हैव टू फाइंड द एरिया ऑफ द क्यूबॉइड। सो द एरिया ऑफ द क्यूबॉइड इज 2 times LB प्लस BH। अब बोलिए नैतिक।
सर बट वी डोंट नो द इफ, मतलब वो लिड का ही सवाल है कि ऊपर लिड है या नहीं, मतलब सीलिंग
हाँ,
को करना है या नहीं।
अंडरस्टूड। इन दिस केस दे हैव नॉट मेंशन्ड दैट उसको सीलिंग है कि नहीं करके। तो हमें काम करेंगे, विथ सीलिंग निकालेंगे। क्योंकि लॉजिकली स्पीकिंग हर टैंक का एक लिड होता है, टैंक को कभी भी हम लोग ओपन छोड़ते नहीं है, इन इन आर रियल लाइफ ऑल्सो। वाई? क्योंकि टैंक को ओपन छोड़ने से क्या होगा, स्टोर्ड पानी में मच्छर अपना अंडे डालेंगे, जिस वजह से मच्छरों का काउंट बढ़ जाएगा, एंड कीड़े वगैरह उस पे और ब्रीड कर रही। सो ड्यू टू दिस रीजन वी जनरली हैव some or the other form of lid for each and every tank, right?
ओके सर।
So considering that
यस,
possibility, let us calculate with the help of like considering the lid also. फिर बाद में देखते हैं कि आंसर क्या आ रहा है ना? अमोल,
ओके
व्हाट्स
सर।
योर क्वेरी?
Sir, this is not the area, right? It is the total surface area. Na?
टोटल सरफेस एरिया, करेक्ट।
Okay, sir.
Okay, so length is 42 multiplied by 30 plus 30 multiplied by 15 plus 42 multiplied by 15. Now in this case, uh, let me do one thing. Let me take common numbers and make these numbers smaller. Now these are huge numbers, so I would like to make them smaller. How can I make them smaller? So हर जगह से this 42 is multiple of 6, 30 is multiple of 6, 42 is multiple of 6, and this 30, 15, and 15, all these three are multiple of 5s. So let me take them as common. So let me take 6 and 5 as common. So I'll take 6 and 5 common outside. Then I'll be left with, wait, I'll do this calculation over here for continuity. 6 and 5 I'll take common outside. Then I'll be left with, over here I'll be left with 7 multiplied by 30 I'll be left with 6. plus over here I'll be left with 5 multiplied by over here I'll be left with 3 plus over here I'll be left with 7. Here I'll be left with 3. Now I see कि हाँ ये 3 भी कॉमन बाहर निकाल सकते हैं, so that is also a possibility. Let's do that also. So 3 भी अगर बाहर निकाला था, like 2 becomes 6. 6 into 6 is 36. 36 5s are 180. So 180 आएगा बाहर, and over here this becomes 3 बाहर निकाल रहे हैं ना, so 7 into 2 plus 5 plus 7. So 14 plus 7 21 plus 5 26. So 180 multiplied by 26 will be your answer, which is how much? 18,000 or something?
4680.
नहीं नहीं, sorry. हाँ, correct.
80 times 26 is 4680.
Correct, 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 correct. 4680.
So the
So,
answer is, I don't seem to find it in the options because 4680 multiplied by 120 is 5 lakhs, sorry, 561600.
hmm, okay. So 4680 like the cost will be whatever area you have multiplied by 120.
It's not there
5,61,000
because we
it
can
is.
reduce it because 12 leads are 96. Straight from there, no sixes there in these, all
Hmm.
in your.
So let's do one thing. Let's remove this lid. Lid will be probably length into breadth only. So length into breadth का combination अगर remove करेंगे, so 42 into 30 इसमें से remove करके देखते
Sir,
हैं.
sir, I think we only have to find the walls ka thing.
Yeah, that is also a possibility. Let's see.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
first remove the lid. Without lid, that will be 4680 minus 42 into 30.
1260.
42 into 30 is 1260, correct. And 4680 से subtract करेंगे तो I'll be left with 3420.
Yeah, without lid it comes as 410400.
So it is without lid.
But sir, they should mention this in the exam if such questions come, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They should mention. Cost will be 3420 multiplied by 120. That is 410400.
He doesn't.
Okay, so the answer is option 2. Let's go for 21st problem. Find the volume of a sphere if the surface area of the sphere is so and so. So we'll have to find the radius. Surface area's formula is 4 pi r square. So it goes like this: 22 point, uh, sorry, 221.76 is equal to 4 pi 0.76 मतलब 3.14 से ही करना पड़ेगा because I don't see another option. 4 into 3.14 into r square. So it goes as uh, 16 नहीं और 221.76 22 से अगर डिवाइड करेंगे तो ज्यादा आसान हो जाएगा मेरे हिसाब से. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ टेकिंग 3.14 अगर मैंने 22 लिया तो ज्यादा आसान हो जाएगा. 22/7 अगर लिया तो मैंने डिवाइडेड बाय 22 आई गेट 10.08. 10.08. And then when I multiply with 7 and then divide by 4, I get 17.64.
Sir, can you repeat what you did?
Huh. So what did I do? I have written, instead of pi, I have written 22 upon 7. I cancelled 22 with this number. I got 10.08. Okay. And basically, 22 eights are 176. 22 tens are 220 as a 10.08 आया. Okay. And then I multiplied by 7 and divided it by 4. So actually ulta किया. First I cancelled this with 4. This I got 2.5 and 8 ka divided by 4 is 2.52. And then I multiplied 7 with 2.52. That's how I got this number, 17.64. Okay. And then when I took
Sir,
square
I
root,
didn't got it.
sorry,
Can you repeat because yeah, I didn't got it. Can you repeat one more time?
sure. Hmm. Huh. Now what I'll do, I'll cancel this 4 with 10.08. I'll get 2.52. 10 ka 2.5, 8 ka 2. Okay. And I take the 7 to the other side, I'll get 2.52 multiplied by 7 is equal to r square. And when I multiply it by 7, I get 17.64. This is actually perfect square for 42. That means r is equal to 4.2. You got
So
the
the answer
radius?
is 3. I found it out.
Option 3, yeah? In this case, you
Yes.
have to do the exact calculation because the options are very close by. Now, volume is equal to 4 upon 3 pi r square, r cube. So it's like 4.2 multiplied by 4.2 multiplied by 4.2. Why did I take 4.2 three times? Because I'm going to take 22 upon 7
Sir,
here.
because
Why?
it is cube.
Cube, correct. And 22 by 7, why? Because 42 is a multiple of 7. So this will give you 0.6. है ना?
Sir, 3
And
and 0.6 can also get cancelled.
ah,
0.2.
it will give you 0.2. And now your calculation has become
Sir,
what?
88 into 17.64 into 0.2.
Uh, correct. Hmm. So 310 only comes. Correct, correct, correct. So your answer is 310.464. Okay.
Sir, so we got 88 times 0.84 times 17.64.
Huh.
Or the answer.
Huh. Because 4.2 into 4.2 is 17.64. Okay. Matlab I'm just breaking down this
Sir, how
number for
did
you
they
guys.
get the answer so fast?
See, what we can do to make the calculation simpler. So these numbers, 17.64, you can just multiply and in the next step you can write 17.64 over here, and in the step after that what you can do is four like 8 22s are is here only I have told you what is 8 22s are 176. 8 22s
176.
are is 176. So rest everything you can combine and write as 176, and to consider this decimal you'll put a decimal over here and you simply multiply that.
Okay.
Yeah, only two numbers you have to multiply, not everything. Okay.
Yes.
So option 3 is your correct answer.
Yes, sir.
22. What could be the area of metal sheet required to make a cylindrical tank with diameter 14 and height 10? So cylindrical tank बनाना है. Okay. Again, incomplete information. So tank you have to make cylindrical tank. I'm assuming only without lid. Let us first calculate without lid and let's see what happens. So if diameter is 14, the radius will be 7. The information which is relevant to us. Now the area in this case is going to be, do you remember how much is the area of a curved surface? It is 2 pi RH. Circumference multiplied by height. That is the area of the curved surface. Plus area of the base. That will be pi r square. So when you take this, I'm talking without lid. Okay. So I can take pi r common outside and I'll be left with 2h plus r inside. Now let's do the calculation. So pi के जगह पे I'll write 22 by 7 because my radius is 7. So that makes my life easier. 2 into height. Height is how much? 10. So 2 into height is 20. Plus the radius is again 7. 27. So 27 into 22. How much is that? 270 plus 5, 54.
594.
Sorry.
Sir, 324.
590.
324.
594 आएगा ना?
594.
ओ सॉरी सॉरी मैंने ही गलत बोल दिया सॉरी. हाँ. 220. माय
Sir,
बैड.
220.
हाँ.
I
270
think.
multiplied by 2 is 54. 540 plus 54. Yeah, that would have been the correct
Yeah.
calculation. 594.
594.
Yeah, 594.
मैंने सोचा I thought 540 but I said 270. 594 देखते हैं 594 है क्या? नहीं है. Which means हमें लिड भी कंसिडर करना है. Which means ये पायर स्क्वायर को एक और बार कंसिडर करना है. So pi is how much? 22 by 7. R square is again 49 in this case.
Sir,
So
so just add 154 to it. That will
20,
give us 600 and no,
नहीं 700 and something ना 748 आएगा.
748.
हाँ
740.
correct. 748 is the correct answer.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
at last, why are we adding 22 by 7 and into
Because in the
49?
calculation we did not consider the lid. Initially we did not consider the lid. That's why only pi r square, only base consider किया था हम लोग.
Okay, sir.
Lid नहीं consider किया था. But the answers were not coming closer to the options. So we
Oh, okay,
understood
sir.
probably in this case the lid is also required.
Okay, sir. So in the exam also, first we have to do without considering the net. If this
Uh,
question is asked.
no, see, if I was the student, I would have always tried with the lid because the real meaning of a
Okay,
tank will
sir.
always have a lid, as I've already told you in the previous problem also. I started
Yeah.
without lid because just, two problems above, we solved the problems where the lid was not considered. And hence I
Yes,
did the
sir.
same thing over here. But in the exam, it's a fresh mind, it's a fresh paper. So in that case, I will go with the ideal approach. That is considering the lid. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. A 23rd problem.
Sir,
Fine.
today's class is still what time?
I'll take 5 more minutes. We'll complete this worksheet and then we'll wind up. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Find the total surface area of cuboid with a length 8 meter, breadth 7 meter, and height 6 meter. So length, breadth, and height, everything is given. You simply have to multiply. So what will it be? अरे वॉल्यूम नहीं फाइंड करना है ना, एरिया फाइंड करना है. सॉरी माय बैड. एरिया फाइंड करना. माय बैड. So the proper formula is 2 into LB, that is 8 into 7 plus 7 into 6 plus 8 into 6. That gives you, कुछ कॉमन निकल रहा है. हाँ 2. 2 निकल रहा है ना कॉमन हर जगह से. नहीं 4 निकल रहा है. नहीं ओनली 2. So I'll take 2 common outside. I'll make this 4. 4 into 7 is 28. I'm directly writing the answer. 7 into 3 is 21. And 4 into 6 is 24. So I have 4 over here. And 21 plus
4
24 is
into 3, the last one,
4
because
into
you
6
removed
होगा ना?
2, right?
No, I removed 2. So hence this 8 became 4. 4 into 6.
So
है
6
ना?
also became 3, right?
No, 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 no. In case of multiplication,
Sir,
when you
I
are
don't
taking
think this
something
one
out,
requires. I don't
hold on.
think this one requires us to do this. It's
Like
simple
you can,
calculation. 56,
you
40
can,
to 48.
you can definitely go directly. It's not a problem. But let me clear one concept, my dear children. So whenever there is an addition or subtraction in between, so when you're taking common, you'll have to take from both. Okay? But whenever there is a multiplication in between, you'll have to take from either of one, not both. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Huh. So in this case, if you're taking from 8, don't take from 6. Either you take from 8 or you take from 6. In this case also, I've taken only from 6. In this case also, I've taken only from 4, 8 and made it 4.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So this is 45, 45 plus 28 gives you 73, 73. And that gives you 7 fours are 28, 292. है ना? Option 4 is your correct answer. Okay.
Sir,
Proceeding. Yep.
so with 2, we cancelled 8, 6, and 8 in the first step, right?
Yep. Correct.
Okay, sir. So we should cancel the 6 also, right? Which is in the end.
No, that's what I said. So whenever there is an addition or subtraction in between, whenever you're taking common, you will have to take from both the terms. But whenever there is a multiplication in between, you're supposed to take from either of one. Either you take from left one or you take from right one. So since I've taken from 8 already, I will not take from 6.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yep. 24. What is the difference in the volume of a cone with radius 2.1? Height 10, volume of a cylinder with same radius and same height. What is the difference? मतलब subtraction आपको करना है ना? So the formula, like obviously the cylinder's volume is greater. So what they're asking is basically pi r square h minus 1 by 3 pi r square h. So logically speaking, this is 1 times pi r square h minus 1 by 3 times pi r square h. That will give you, so if you take pi r square h common outside, you'll be left with 1 minus 1 by 3. 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. So what they're asking is 2 by 3 pi r square h. So let's find 2 by 3 multiplied by pi का value क्या डालना है? You have 2.1 which is a multiple of 7. So I'll put 22 by 7. Radius is 2.1. 2.1 2 times. Height is 10. So 7 into 3 is 21. So 2.1 into 10 is 21. So from numerator I cancel 21. From the denominator also I cancel 21. And I have 2 into 22 is 44. 44 into 21. So 44 into 21. 44.
92.4.
Yeah, that makes sense. 92.4. Your answer is 92.4. Option 2.
Sir, of the previous question answer was option 4, right?
Yep.
Okay, sir.
Let's go for the 25th one. Find the
Sir,
volume of.
doubt.
Yep, tell me.
So by which number we cancel the 10 at the last?
Sorry, I could not hear you, my dear child.
So by which number we cancel the 10 at the last and how?
Okay. 2.1 multiplied by 10 was 21.
Okay.
And in the denominator, 7 into 3 was 21. So 7,
Okay.
3 cancelled these two numbers. Got it?
Oh, yes, sir.
21
Thank
and
you.
21 got cancelled. 25 Find the volume of a sphere if diameter of the sphere is so and so. So if the diameter is this much, radius will be 2.1. So the volume goes like this. 4 upon 3 multiplied by 22 by 7 multiplied by 2.1 multiplied by 2.1 multiplied by 2.1. Okay. Now 7 threes are 21. When I cancel from here, I am left with 0.1. 21 into 21 is 441, मतलब 4.41. So you're left with 8.8 multiplied by 4.41. So that gives you somewhere around 38 or something, I guess. Like there are two options around 38 and one none of these also. So we will have to calculate it exactly. So for time being, I'm using calculator. Option one is your correct answer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, dear children. So that's all for today. See you next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye. See ya.
So,
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
bye, sir.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes. Sanjeev has raised hands. Tell me, Sanjeev, what happened?
So can you show the last result for the 24th question?
Sure. You said 24th question, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll have to solve it once again. Okay,
Sir,
difference.
sir, no needed, sir. I will check the recording.
Okay,
That's a
that's
whole
great.
big
Thank
task.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Kavin, what's your doubt?
Yeah, sir. Sir, like when will be the doubt solving session?
After this, I guess circle worksheet is also pending, right?
Yeah, sir.
We will solve circle worksheet and then we'll do doubt solving. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.